Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, it's the 22nd of January 2026 and our pre-market session is looking pretty good. Our S&P 500 futures are up 0.53%. NASDAQ is up 0.84%, a sharp reversal from the day before when the Greenland fiasco started. Today, we are also looking at a slew of economic data. We're going to get the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter at 9:30 a.m. along with the opening of the market. We're going to get the initial jobless claims, and at around 11 o'clock, some really important readings on the PCE and personal income. All of those are due. So it's a very momentous data day, at least data heavy, and some fluctuations could take place because of this. And I also think that when the Greenland issue was raised by Trump, at that time, the market had a very strong reaction and we came down significantly. And then when military was taken off the table and things cooled down at Davos, we saw a jump back up again. But I'm thinking that today, after the market opens, we are also likely to go down a little bit and then come back up again. It all depends not only on the economic calendar, but also on various investors adjusting their outlook based on the perceived risk, given that the Greenland issue was bought and then taken off again. All of these things take a little bit of time to adjust when there are millions and millions of investors out there, each with a different point of view and different perspective. So they will need to adjust everything. I am expecting that this week will be volatile. So with that said, let us look at dollar index, which continues to go down. This is a bearish pennant, in my opinion, which should bring it down further. If you look at the market sentiment, it is bullish, but it's tapering towards neutral. MACD is already on top of the signal line and momentum is below average. So those are all negative factors for the dollar index. And if you look at VIX, VIX is down 4.91%, safely back below 20. So that's a really resounding endorsement for the stock market. So this is a positive news. But even in here, I would expect a little bit of movement because gold is still quite elevated. Gold has not dropped. And if you look at the US 10-year, we have a target of 4.415. These are all the Greenland effects that we saw here. This huge jump from here to here and then back down here. But we are still above where we were on 16th of January. And we are continuing to raise. So at the end of the day, we'll take stock. Remember, this is a reverse head and shoulder pattern that is giving us a target of 4.415. There are other analysts who have got much higher targets for US 10-year yields. So whenever the bond yields go up, it's much less risky to invest in bonds and reap a good fortune as compared to when you have bond yields being much lower. So the net result of that is money goes out of the stock exchange. Let's look at the indicators and see where we are today. I think our resistance is at 6,936. Let us look at the futures and see where S&P 500 futures are. They're at 6,945. So I suspect that when we open today, this is going to be our support, 6,934. We are already above that in the pre-market sessions in the futures, and then we will have some kind of a resistance at 6,982 today. So that's what I'm looking at. In case we fall below this support, then this parallel channel will give support somewhere around 6,911. If you look at NASDAQ, same story. Let's go to NASDAQ futures and see where we are. We are at 25,677. So 25,677 is, I think, above the bottom line of this this blue band out here. There's a band of support. So we are well within this support and we are likely to break out above this during the day. I think we might get some resistance at 25,863.28 and our support is definitely there at 25,215.91. QQQ gives an indication of what is happening in the pre-market. It's up 0.89% and that's a very smart raise, but it's still below this band of green. The resistance that we have out here, just going to mark this red so that we can see that this was a resistance when we started the day. And if we break out above this resistance, I think the most we can go is 627.03 and support will definitely be there around 616.21. So that's the range that I'm plotting out here. In the past, we had gone way below, but all those resistance have been converted. But I think, as I mentioned, the market is volatile, so one has to be quite careful what happens out there, because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average, so it's picking up. I think we have to wait and watch, be careful as retail investors. Let's go to AI and look at NVDA. NVIDIA is up 0.79% in pre-market trades. We have a support at around 183.32. Yesterday, it was performing the role of a support at the end of the day because we closed just above it. The question today is, are we going to confirm this as a support? And if we do, then that's a very good foundation to start with. Right now, our resistance is going to be 186.75. If we confirm 183.39 as a support, then it reduces the possibilities from 3 to 2. Right now, there's a possibility that we could fall down below this, but if we confirm, then the remaining 2 possibilities will be that we may be range bound between these 2 levels, or we may break out of this and move out. So those are the 2 possibilities that we will look at. So today, at the end of the day, we'll get an idea of what it's going to be. MACD is bearish, market sentiment is bearish, momentum is also below average. And look at Meta. Meta is up 2.61%, and it's very close to a resistance of 636.48. And I think this should remain as a resistance. Sorry. But yeah, I have some Meta at a loss. I bought it based on this cup and handle pattern, but it fizzled out, and I held on to it assuming that the cup and handle pattern will continue to work. But now it's all the bets are off. So this will probably give me an opportunity to exit from Meta. I'm going to check that out today. Google is up 1.71% in pre-market trades. We have a target of 371.72. So I'm hoping that we are moving in that direction. Let's look at the market sentiment, which happens to be bearish. It was improving a lot, but now it has become bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum dipped almost close to average and bounced back. And we have our earnings coming up on 4th of February, 2026. So it's a few weeks away from now, and I'm not sure which direction Google is going to go. There's a good chance that we may be range bound between a support of 320 and a resistance of 338. That's one possibility. I would like to see further candles emerge. I'm not entering into Google right now personally. Our Amazon is up 1.09% after a huge drop, and there's a good purchasing out here because many people bought back and pushed the price up yesterday. And I think that for today, we'll get support at 233.94, and our resistance is likely to be at 236.70, recovering the lost ground, the ground that we lost in the last 2 days. Apple is up 0.46% in pre-market trades. We have already met our head and shoulder target of 250.10. Now I'm watching for further chart patterns, which I think is most likely to be bearish because market sentiment is extremely bearish. MACD is extremely bearish. A little bit of positive is seen here because we are so down on the momentum and the RSI area that we are into a dead cat bounce. That's all there is to it. So I want to see whether we have a consolidation out here because a consolidation is more in line so that the momentum can improve. That's my opinion. And we have a huge support out here. Let me draw this support, which I see out here. Now, this is going to be a line of support. Just adjust it a little bit. This is the line of support, and this support is at 245.35. Let me mark that green. The support at 245.35. And let's go to Microsoft. Microsoft is up 1.02%, but still below this parallel channel. Resistance at 453.34, and support is going to continue to be at 438.97. Those who bought for a quick swing trade at around 439, you are lucky. You'll have to take a decision on when you plan to realize the profits. Tesla is up 1.71% in pre-market trades, converting a resistance of 428.48 into a support. And we have resistance at 455.63. Oracle is up 2.80% in pre-market trades. Our support of 178.47 remains. Right now, we're at 178.80. Resistance continues to be at around 183.84, which is the diagonal line of the parallel channel on the upper end. AMD is up 1.60%. Coming back to Oracle, right? My personal opinion is that at this point of time, given that we are very close to the 30% mark, MACD is also bearish. Momentum is kind of indicating there could be a dead cat bounce. So if we manage to confirm above this support, then there's a good chance that we may form a consolidation out here, and that could form an entry point for a long-term holding, in my opinion, because Oracle has dropped significantly. If we were to take the measure of this, it's a 47.36% drop. That's a huge drop. So consolidation is in order. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm going with this analysis. I'd like to hear your feedback on this. AMD is up 1.51% in pre-market trade, converting 236.11 into a support for today, and resistance for today is going to be around 259.58. SMCI is up 2.79% in pre-market trades. It could get resistance at 33.84. Everything is a system. All systems go for SMCI. I like to book losses on SMCZ and get out of the way today. Broadcom is up 1.67% in pre-market trades. It will get resistance at around 352.80 this morning, and it could get support at around 317. And then we have Palantir, which is up 2.02% in pre-market trades, support at 161.77, resistance at 171.07. SMH is up 1.33%. It will definitely get support at 396.90 today. The diagonal line of support. I don't have any resistance for that. Tempus AI is up 1.06%, and it will get support somewhere around 65.36 today. Potential resistance at 68.83. Next, let us go on to look at Genomics. And Genomics, we have Pfizer up 0.12% in pre-market trades, approaching the neckline once again at 25.99, which is a resistance for today. And then let us look at Prime. Prime is up 1% in pre-market trades, and it will definitely get some support at 3.91 and resistance around 4.33. Intelia is up 2.21% in pre-market trades. Potential resistance could come in at 14.84. Caribou Biosciences has got no trades in the pre-market session. Beam Therapeutics is up 1.38%. Support is at 30.76. Resistance could be at 32.08. Altimmune is up 0.22% in pre-market trades, moving slowly and cautiously towards a gap fill. A little bit has been filled, a lot more to be done, and it will get resistance, I think, somewhere around 4.76. Right now we are at 4.63. Editas is up 0.47% in pre-market trades, resistance at 2.22. Illumina is down 0.03%. We have met our targets. Now we are looking for a further breakout or a new chart pattern. We have not had a bull flag out here, in my opinion, because if this was the flagpole, we have come below the 50% mark. So this formation is not a flag formation. So I'm actually looking forward to a new chart pattern forming out here. It looks bullish because market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is close to, it's way above average and very strong, and plenty of room on the RSI. So that would give me an indication that Illumina is positive, but we don't have price target yet because there are no patterns. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 1.10%, and it's got a resistance at 56.37. It has a support at 53.21. Allogene is flat in pre-market trades. Grail is up 1.24% in pre-market trades, support at 94.26. PACB is up 0.83% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get some support at 2.37. And we have this cup and handle target, which says that we should go at least up to 2.72 for PACB. ARCG is up 0.62% in pre-market trades. It has broken above the neckline, and it has a target of 37.2, and it is still doing a kind of bull flag pattern out here, in my opinion, or a bullish pennant. it's a little bit messy out here, but the fact that market sentiment is bullish, the fact that MACD is bullish and momentum is pretty strong, plenty of room on the RSI, makes me feel that we are moving towards 37.2. Vertex is up 0.44%, and it's just on top of this support of 463.74. It's at 463.15. So I'm not going to change this line color. It's a resistance, but I suppose that once we open, we'll be opening on top of it. Our resistance for today, truly, I would consider it to be 465.84, which is this diagonal line of resistance. Ginkgo Bioworks is down 0.61%. We are going to get support from 9.35, which is the line of support out here. And then if you look at Precision, Precision is up 0.67% in pre-market trades, resistance at 4.65, and support will be at 4.14. Eli Lilly is up 0.15%, again consolidation, but no specific pattern in my opinion. 1111.54 is the resistance. And then we go for Ultragenics. Of course, we have to remember there's a huge gap down. And then we have been trying to recover. Today we are up 0.09%, but no clear direction as yet. Market sentiment, which is bearish, is starting to improve. MACD is improving, and momentum is also picking up, but a long way to go for Ultragenics. Let us go on to have a look at currencies. If you look at currencies, you can see that Bitcoin is starting to recover. It's up 0.73% this morning. The diagonal line of resistance is going to provide resistance at 90,776.44. And we are going to get support at 87,598.04. So that is the status out here. And friends, that brings me to an end of the session. And I thank you for joining me, and I'll catch up with you again in the next one. And remember, we have a Substack. It's a free Substack. Please feel free to subscribe to it. We have our pre-market commentaries there as well, but in more detail. You can just click the link or copy the link and paste it and become a free subscriber. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.